Hey folks, Captain Cefus here with another Nuts and Bolts Pro Tip. It's that time of year, it's the end of winter, the beginning of spring, the turkeys are starting to gobble in the woods, it's still chilly outside, there's a little mist in the air, it's cloudy. You put all that together and what does it mean? It's time to go crappie fishing. Let's see if I can scoop that boy out like that right there. That fish is in the boat.
And I'm untangled. So it's your netting ability.
That's
got him right from being untangled.
There's some things that I'm actually useful for, and there's a certain amount of finesse required. Look at that pretty fish right there. That is what we call a Georgia slab right there.
This
is
a
Lake
Georgia slab.
Oconee crappie. Look at the shoulders on that fish. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Captain Cefus McRae, fishing with Captain Mark Smith, real-time charters here on Lake Oconee, just outside of, what would you call this, Milledgeville, Edenton?
Right, halfway between Atlanta and Augusta.
Exactly, and right out I-20, it's here in the middle of nowhere and it's God's country.
Absolutely.
This is beautiful here and we're catching these big slab crappie using a contraption today that, well, some people have never heard of. It's going to be one of the few times that I've actually fished a spider rig, but I'm here to tell you it's productive, it's efficient, and look at what this particular contraption produces.
What we're doing today is spider rigging. Spider rigging is totally different. We're going to take 10 poles. 6 of them are going to be 16 feet long and 4 of them are going to be 12 feet long. We're going to put them off the front of the boat, not the back of the boat. What we're doing is we want to simulate a bait school of minnows or shad, shiners, whatever the crappie you're feeding on, coming through so that it will attract the crappie that are in front of the boat, not behind the boat. We don't want to spook them with the boat. That's why we're using the 16-foot poles. Get the bait way out in front of the boat, drop it down. I will be moving very slowly. You probably wouldn't even be able to see us moving. It's going to be a real slow troll just to keep the bait moving and active in front of the boat. Our hope is that what will happen is as we move this school of bait fish through the water, which is actually on the end of our 16-foot poles, we're liable to have 6, 7 rods go down. You're running around the boat trying to figure out which rod to take out first and get the best crappie in the boat. It's mass chaos. That's what we're after, mass chaos today.
All right, let's, whoa now. There we go. Now here's, I think we may have found the nursery right here, Mark.
Yeah,
and the
we don't even need the net for that one.
There's the fish way out there. Now the key is, how do you get that fish into this boat? You got 2 options. One is you can let some line out and bring it over, or Mark has got the machine right there, which is about a 60-foot long net. The key is being coordinated to be able to hit the net with the fish. Kind of like basketball on a fishing boat.
There you go. Yeah, we got to let this one grow up.
Yeah,
we're looking for his mama.
But that's the right kind.
Yeah, this is the right type of fish.
Yeah.
We might be bumping the bottom.
That could be.
6 feet of water. No, that's fish.
That's a fish right there, I believe.
Yeah.
The bottom doesn't pull back usually there, Mark. So
yeah,
I think this one.
Right.
I think this one's on here. Now, here's one of the challenges with all this spider rigging stuff here. If you got a good fish on, you got to
go around.
You got to keep all your other stuff from getting tangled up, and that's a reasonable fish right there.
Pull some line out. Let him have. And then
let him have his head back.
Yeah, and we'll take this.
Now you were exactly right when you said you got to go buddy fishing here. This is one of those things. Okay, I'm going to lift up.
And there we got it.
There we go. That fish is caught.
That is a fish in the boat.
And, well, we got 2 rods involved here, so that could have been tag team fishing right there.
This is a little more respectable fish.
And look at the color of that fish too, almost pure white.
Up here in this muddy water.
You'd think they'd be darker than that. That fish has got, look at him sideways right there. That fish has got some shoulders on him. 2 nice fillets right there. We may have to invite him for dinner.
We can do that.
Yeah,
that's not a problem.
Guess what? He's going to be the guest of honor for dinner this evening.
Yep, him and his brothers.
And you know, folks, you could do this without having this whole contraption out here. I mean, this is a formidable fishing spread right here. But you could do this with just a couple of long rods, even if you had, 8-foot poles, for instance. Put a couple of rod holders on the front of the boat. The whole idea is that we're putting the baits out in front of the boat, so we're fishing clean water. We're not fishing water that we've already ran over with the boat. So if we're reasonably quiet and not making a lot of racket, the trolling motor is just barely turning down there. And so we've got these baits 12, 16 or more feet out in front of the boat, and hopefully the idea is that the fish aren't spooked when we present the baits to them.
Yeah, you're getting to the fish before the boat gets to the fish.
So you could take this, take your own boat. If you've got a John boat, if you've got a bass boat or anything like that, you don't have to, as nice as this is, you don't have to have this entire contraption. It looks like a big yard rake out there in front of the boat, but a couple of 7 or 8 foot rods, or for that matter, a couple of 3 or 4 cane poles would work.
It would work, absolutely.
That's kind of what we got here. These are, of course, these are graphite, but we've just got big old long cane poles out here. And you've noticed that whenever we're catching fish, I'm not doing a lot of reeling. I'm just like cane pole fishing. I'm picking the rod up and, if anything, letting line out so we can get the fish back here to the boat. So it's as complex as this may look, it's actually pretty simple fishing. All right,
we got one over here.
There you go. Okay, Mark, let's bring him in the boat.
All right, let's see what we got here.
That's number 10 right there.
Uh-oh. Another nice fish. Yeah, grab the net over there, Cefus.
Ooh, look at that right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now, again, what we're talking about is there's a nice Lake Oconee, I'm about to say striper. There's plenty of stripers in here too, but look at the size of that crappie right there. And there's another fish over here. You hang on to that one.
Let me hold him. All right, I got.
Whoa, okay, I've got fish in the bottom of the boat dropping out. And, again, I want to reel. I'm trying to reel, and I just need to lift it up. All right, you're the net man this time,
All right,
Mark.
Fish in hand, net in hand.
And
here we go.
Him up.
Here we go.
That's another one of those white ones. Look at the size of these crappie. Holy moly. Now, the smart thing is get him over the boat, because I'm prone to letting the fish fall out of my hands.
Set him in your seat.
Look at that right there.
There we go.
Look at that. Look at the size of these crappie up here. I don't care what you call them. Crappie, crappie, paper mouths, what else? White perch, specks, whatever you call them. They're wonderful. And I hope that we have proven to you today that a long rod like that can catch monster fish like this here on Lake Oconee. I've had a blast. Captain Mark Smith, thank you for having me today, buddy.
Cefus, it's been great. I have enjoyed it.
We have got a mess of fish to clean now.
We got to go home and get the knives out.
Yeah, this has been a blast. Hey, folks, you guys get down here to Lake Oconee. It's a beautiful lake. The scenery here is gorgeous. The fishery is fantastic. Give Captain Mark Smith, the Real-Time Guide Service, a call. He'll put you on a wonderful day on the water, whether it's crappie, stripers, hybrids, bass, catfish, there's gar. This is an absolutely fantastic fishery. Nuts and Bolts Pro Tips have been brought to you by Whoop-Ass Fishing Tackle, the fish catchingest lures you'll ever throw. Open up a can on them and catch more fish.